responsiveness and opportunity as well. So if you play multiple sports, we have two here, Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady and the others that you mentioned, more opportunity. Okay, maybe this one didn't work out. Then I'll go ahead and, Michael Jordan, basketball, baseball, how he went to go and try and pursue that as well. So that also, that's also another, it gives you more options. So where one doesn't work, we have another one. And just so many more reasons behind that. But I think that's great. And we should see more of that in the players that we see now and even the youngsters.
Yep, absolutely.
So we'll keep going on to MLB. We have so much action. We have, just what day are we in? The 8th? We're just less than 2 weeks away from spring training starting and having everyone reporting. So we have, one second, my notes here. So we have some moves that have been happening over the last, few hours and the last few days and over the weekend. So we have one of Carlos Correa, who with the Houston Astros didn't know what was happening, and now he has landed a 1-year deal with the Astros. So is this going to be one of those years too, where it's going to be the determining factor of where his career is going to go from here, with the challenges, especially with that have been occurring over the last season or two with the Astros?
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a show me contract. I'm gonna have to make this one my last one because I got to get ready for the 9:00 show. But yeah, it's definitely looks like one of those show me what you got deals. And I think coming after such an odd season with the pandemic, you're going to see a lot of teams taking some flyers and some chances on guys. You saw Trevor Bauer going to the Dodgers, and it's like, whoa, talk about the rich getting richer, the former D-back. And this is a guy that when he's on, he's one of the top tier, pitchers in the league. So, the D-backs also, they haven't even committed to a closer. So there's a lot of question marks. And I think that's the great thing about the, spring training and baseball at this time of year, where you start to speculate, okay, well, let's start looking at what the rotation could end up being like. And then you see some guy come out of nowhere in spring training, and you're like, oh, wow, they've got to find a way to get this guy on the roster. And I think that's just the beautiful thing about sports and spring training and baseball, because in baseball it's a much different, because it's definitely not a sprint, it's a marathon, and you got to work your way into it. People are always so anxious to get to the regular season, but there's a long process to get these guys ready. And then, of course, throw in a pandemic and see how interesting things can get. So it's going to be interesting to see how the league and each team approaches this season.
Do you see the entire season the season going to its entirety? Or how do you see the season going, in the middle of a pandemic? Now we're a year in. We saw what happened last season for 2020. What do you foresee with all the challenges that have happened in going into this and the push that MLB has received from the Players Association right before you go?
I think they do. I think they'll have a full season. I think, as we continue to distribute this vaccine, things will get better. The science is catching up. We've had almost a full year now, or at least a full year of working on this thing. And I think you see other sports like the NFL and how they've done it, how basketball is doing it as we speak. The baseball will take bits and pieces from all of those other sports and all those, beautiful minds that everybody's working on to get this thing under control. I think they will.
Okay. Yeah, I hope so. I'm very, very hopeful and optimistic.
Trust me, there's a lot of hopefulness in my answer there, and wishful thinking as well, because, I just love baseball so much.
Yes, you and I both. And
exactly.
Get in there, see each other again. And I'm taking you up. I still need to take you out for that coffee, Rich.
Let's do it. And not only do I love baseball, I love both of you guys so much. I enjoy talking to you guys. And like I said, I can't wait to see you guys in person at a sporting event soon. But I'm going to have to sign off. And I appreciate you guys and keep up the great work, both of you. So proud of you both.
Thank you, brother. Love you, brother. God bless you, man.
Love you too, man. All right, bye.
Thank you, bro.
Oh my gosh, I just love him. So nothing but amazing guy, another great guy, and just a great friend.
And Joanna, for him to be how he's 20 minutes going on live him to be on with us for over an hour to grace us with his time. That's Richard Saenz. That's him in a nutshell.
Yes, that's, having someone like him and, how truly who he is and the true friend. He really is a friend and will do what he can to help you out. And, we see it here just a few minutes away from his show and able to extend, his presence with us.
And even more than a friend, he's a mentor. Is he not?
He is.
He's a guy that you can sit down with and just talk to him and pick his brain about this business that we're all in. And he'll give you tips and pointers and he'll just guide you in the right direction. Not a lot of people in this business will take the time to do that and be that genuine.
Mm-hmm.
Or rest in peace to our brother Pedro. He was the exact same way.
Yeah, very, very, very few that are like that. And I've been fortunate and lucky enough to experience that in journalism and media, and especially in sports, because, there are stories that you will hear out there, but I've been nothing but blessed and fortunate to be surrounded by phenomenal and great people. You, Ed, PLR, Rich, Pedro, the list can go on and on and on. It's great to surround yourself with these type of people, friends, mentors, just very grateful and fortunate.
Absolutely.
We were talking just before Rich signed off. We have moves that are happening in baseball. Let's go ahead and just go back with Trevor Bauer, ex-Diamondback, Arizona Diamondback pitcher. He has now signed with the Dodgers. He was with the Cincinnati Reds. He's a Cy Young winner. He's set to be a top earner in 2021. He signed a 3-year deal, $102 million. He's going to earn a salary of $40 million for 2021, plus an additional $45 million in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
He totally hit the jackpot. We know his social media presence, and he's one of those that speaks their mind, just puts it all out there. What you get is what you see from Trevor. His performance in when he goes out there on the mound, and the Dodgers have added a bullet to their rotation.
Boy, have they. Did they fill that chamber with another bullet with armor-piercing round? Johanna, you thought Clayton was a armor-piercing round. Yeah, you get Trevor Bauer, the Cy Young Award winner. Last year, he had a 1.73 ERA, led all starters in that. 100 batters he struck out in 73 innings, led the National League in whip and hits allowed per 9 innings. And he signs a $102 million deal. The brother is getting paid this year, Joe. What he's making this year will eclipse what the Pirates' payroll is, the Orioles' payroll is, and the Cleveland Indians. One man is making more money than players on all 3 teams. That's incredible. And he deserves every penny of it. He's that good.
If we thought that the Dodgers were a force to be reckoned with last season, and after winning the World Series, and now with adding Trevor Bauer and the weapons that they have in the arsenal, this just brings it to a whole other level.
Yes.
And if we thought that the contract or the deal that Greinke signed with the Arizona Diamondbacks a few years ago, and that was one of the highest earners and top contracts when the Diamondbacks acquired Zach Greinke, Trevor Bauer has just topped that.
No question. And he will deliver. I would go out on a limb and say he's going to follow that Cy Young Award winning season with probably just as good, if not better, in effort, because he's going to a championship organization that won't settle for anything less than the best effort that you're going to give, a championship effort every single night, Joanna. And now that we've got 162 games, at least we're going to pray for 162 games, Joe, then that'll give Bauer that many more chances to shine for the world champions, to go along with the fact that they're going to have to battle with the San Diego Padres. The Padres loaded up big as far as their pitchers are concerned, and they've got even more talent down in Southern California as well. So I just want to see what the Diamondbacks are going to do. How will they be able to contend against those 2 juggernauts in that National League West division? Where do you think they're going to fall in?
I don't know. The Diamondbacks are not done, I don't think, with making moves. They're still few days away before we can see what's going to be the finality of all of this. But Rich said it before signing off, is Diamondbacks a closer.
Yes.
They need someone who can come out and guarantee them those wins. And that has been their major struggle season after season, especially now after not having Archie Bradley. So they need someone who can secure that for them and secure those wins that they can depend on. Yes, right. They did. The name escapes me. They did just sign a deal with a pitcher. He's from Mexico. But they need more than that.
Yes.
Right now, where they're pitching is suffering. And if you're wanting to go out and get those wins, those pivotal wins, you need your pitching. And that's what's going to get you there. You can work around your outfielders, your infielders. You can work around all that. You can make adjustments. But if your pitcher is not in line and it's your struggle, and that's been their struggling force, they need to fix that.
A few minutes ago, we talked about an arms race in the National Football League, the same division the Arizona Cardinals are in. We talk about the National League West that the Arizona Diamondbacks are in. Trevor Bauer goes to the World Champions. Oh, my goodness. Okay, that makes them that much better. And the Padres, again, they load up on talent as well. They know they're ready to make a direct run at the Dodgers. They're trying to make direct hits at the Dodgers because they feel it's their time. They got a taste of it in the playoffs last year, Joe. They like the taste of the playoffs, so they want to go back and do that again. So what are the Diamondbacks going to have to do? Bumgarner had a down year last year. He was a major disappointment considering the hype that was thrust upon him because he had so many great years with the Giants, won a lot of championships with them, came over here last season and was a major disappointment. Yeah, he had some injuries and some mechanics issues, and then you trade away Robbie Ray, and then you get rid of Archie Bradley, so that affects your pitching staff as well because you've already you lose two talented arms there, and then you're just like, where are we now? The cupboard is almost bare. Yeah,
they need to bring a couple of pitchers to go ahead and help Madison because he can't do it alone. He's going to be your top guy. Okay, that's, your top pitcher. That's fine. You need at least one more to help offload that. If you stop at the National League West is already tough as it is, it's just got tougher. Not only with the Dodgers being reigning World Series champs, but the Padres. And what they build up and what the team that have become, especially with Fernando Tatis Jr.
Yes.
The Colorado Rockies, they're also have been fighting. It's going to be even a tougher division coming around this season for 2020.
The Rockies will be an interesting team because, of course, Nolan Arenado moved on to the St. Louis Cardinals. So I want to see what kind of effect that's going to have on the Colorado Rockies, losing a major talent like that. When you talk about Tatis Jr., Arenado is one of the young, bright stars in Major League Baseball, and now he's going to St. Louis. Of course, he would go to the Cardinals, right, Joe? It's what the Cardinals do. All they do is load up on talent. Matt Carpenter signs a 1-year, $8 million deal, so he's back as far as their pitching is concerned. So pitching-wise, they're good. Now they got one of the best young sluggers in baseball, and it's the Cardinals. And
then to add to that, they just heard that Yadier Molina has signed a one-year deal with the Cardinals, St. Louis Cardinals. Yes. So they're also having an arsenal built there.
Do you think Yadier wants to play with Arenado? Do you think that kind of nudged him like, okay, I can play with Nolan. We got a really good baseball team in St. Louis. Let's run it back for one more year at least and see what we do.
If I would be Nolan, I would say, yeah.
Yes.
Who would not want to play with Yadier Molina?
A Hall of Famer, hands down. One of the best catchers out there. Yes, and Joe, you know this. He'll be in one of the most baseball beloved markets in all of baseball, St. Louis, Missouri. You know how much those fans love the St. Louis Cardinals there. If and when the fans come back this year, they will embrace him. They'll bring him in with open arms and love Nolan Arenado. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what, too? Who's going to be welcome with open arms? And I'm glad that they finally came to an agreement because we thought that was a little shaky and we didn't know what was going to happen and that it was sayonara. Marcell Ozuna. Yes. He landed a 4-year deal. And the brother got money, 4 years, $84 million. He got paid. He did. Yes, he did. I applaud him. Absolutely. So, because we had talked about this, a few shows ago
with Marcell Ozuna, the Braves hesitant